Greetings, Grandfather. Now, I'd like to help some of you who've been reading and hearing me say, feel the energy and the energy this and so on. I'd like to help some of you to catch up. You'll read on the written blogs a lot about energy and so on. So, energy is something that is felt. It is physical. I want you to feel it in a way that feels good to you. Otherwise, there's not much point. The energy is literally going to be non-physical light beings who will help to bring about what you're requesting or will help you to feel better on your path towards spirituality and to know what is for you and what is for others. It isn't necessarily not for you, because it might be for you someday. But if it doesn't feel right, then you let it go. So for now, I want to help you to learn what it feels like to feel energy. The simplest and most pure way to feel the energy will be for those of you who have transportation. It would be best to go out into the country someplace where there are trees and not that many people. Some of you won't be able to do this, but I want to give you the trees method first. So if you can go out to the forest someplace, it doesn't have to be totally off the beaten track, but the more it can be somewhat on your own, you see. In nature, that would be best. The issue here is you are attempting to feel physically that you are a portion of nature. So, what I'd like you to do is this, if you can get out to such a place. I'd like you to become as conscious, not only mentally, but primarily physically, of the outer perimeters of your body. Your skin, yes, but beyond that. So within a few feet of your physical body. So focus on doing that first. And then either walk about in the forest, try to pay attention where you're putting your feet, so you don't step on anyone or anything as best you can. So try, if you want to step off the trail by a couple of feet, that's all right, but not too far off the trail. And just relax into the feeling of the forest. And this is what I'm going to suggest you do. First say, okay, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies that are available for me in my life and in this place be all around me and all about me, so that I can feel it in the most benevolent way for me now. Then relax and bring your physical awareness to the surface, meaning feel your skin. I don't mean go like this or go like this. I mean bring your sense of touch to your outer perimeter. And it can be a little beyond your skin, okay? And see if you feel something. Try to be receptive. If you don't feel anything different, then relax. Wait a few minutes and say this. I am now asking that I be able to feel the energy around me if it is benevolent for me. So I am asking that I have a heightened receptivity and or that the energy brings itself to my attention in a way that I can genuinely feel and in the most benevolent way for me. Now, a lot of you will feel something. Remember, it's going to be very subtle for most of you. Some of you will get a tingling and so on. But for the majority of you, it will just be a sense of something being different. All right? That's enough for that day. Then, the next time you go out, ideally within a week or so, the next time you go out, we're going to say something similar. First, you're going to say, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies that are available for me be all around me and all about me now in this place. And I am asking that the energies are twice as strong as they were last time, and that I be stepped up so that I can feel that energy strongly. Then wait. Again, bring your consciousness to your physical perimeters and be physically aware of your surroundings, you see? And if you can do that, it will help. Again, try to go out once a week. Once every week and a half would be acceptable. And every time try and double, meaning you're going to ask for 4 times as much energy. And you're going to ask to be stepped up. Every time you ask to be stepped up, don't ask to be stepped up double or 4 times as much. Stepped up so that you can handle more energy. You see? I'm not guaranteeing this will work, but it's a way to begin. Now, for those of you who are unable to go to the forest or don't have ready transportation or even can't get out, try the same thing around your home. But if you do, make sure the ringers are off on the phone and that the house, wherever you are, is as quiet as possible. The reason is so that you can feel relaxed. If you don't feel relaxed, it will be very difficult to feel the energy. All right? I'll have more to say about this another time, but I wanted to bring this to your attention because I know that a great many of you do not feel the energy, and thus much of what I've been teaching here isn't working so well for you. Now, one last thing. If you are near a body of water, say you are at sea working, or you are in some way near rivers or lakes, as long as the water is as clear as can be, meaning not polluted, all right, as far as you can tell, you can try the same thing. If you're on a ship, look at the water. If you happen to live near a body of water, go down near the river or the lake and try the same thing. Try to find an area that's as clear and clean as you can find and get to. And do the same thing there. All right? That's what I recommend. I'll talk about this again sometime, but I want to help you and help you to catch up a little bit if I can. One more thing. If you're out on the land, someplace in the forest or wherever, even in a building or by the river or stream, and you start to feel energy because you're doing the work, I recommend it, and it doesn't feel good all of a sudden. It might start out feeling good, it might not. If it doesn't feel good, there could be any number of reasons. Might be somebody or something suddenly entered the area that interrupted the energy. Whatever the reason, don't stop and try and figure it out, all right? And don't question it. If it's somebody happened to be passing, don't say anything to them about it. Just stop right away. And if it doesn't feel good, either go someplace where you can be alone and ask to be cleared, or if the uncomfortable feeling goes away, wait for at least an hour before you try to do the work again. Now, if the uncomfortable feeling is really uncomfortable, and you're able to figure out what its cause is, maybe a truck went by, who knows, could be anything. Then, once it feels a little better, it would be good to ask to be cleared. This is what you do. You say this: I am asking that gold light beings and light beings who are compatible with the gold light, or compatible with gold light beings, or both, come now and quickly clear my energy in my physical body so that I feel good, calm, and safe, and that safety and calm be broadcast around me so that I feel good and feel protected. Wait until you feel better. That's something you can do. But there's more. If you're out in the forest, for example, it might not have been anything that had to do with anybody else walking by or what have you. It might just be that the trees in the area or the plants are doing something they need to do for themselves. Then just walk around until you find a place that feels good to you. Always do that in general. Okay? You'll get better at this the more you get sensitized to feeling energy that feels good. And before you know it, you'll have beings that are working with you on a regular basis, light beings, you understand, and they'll begin to protect you a bit. For example, you might go out someplace in the forest at some point when you're practicing these things, and you'll get a slightly uncomfortable feeling when you start in a specific direction. If you get that uncomfortable feeling, either go in another direction or come back to the forest another time. Okay? That would be the beings that you've begun to work with warning you that something is not going to be comfortable for you, or that there might even be danger about. This has to do with instinct, and there's a significant amount of instinct writings and homework on the written blogs. But what I'm giving you here now also has to do with instinct, and we'll get into a lot more of that as time goes on. Now, one last thing. It is possible that you can ask specifically, when's a good day for me to go out to the forest, or go down by the river, or go down by the lake, or begin to do my practice here in my home if you can't get out. See? So you might say, before you do anything like this, I am asking to be able to feel or have an inspiration within the next half hour, you could say 20 minutes, to know whether this would be a good time for me to go to the forest, or you might say go to the lake, or you might say go to the river, etc., to practice my homework with feeling energy. Then just relax. Try not to do anything. This is not a multitasking situation. I know many of you are used to that. But this is not about mental. You've noticed I haven't been saying, think this, think that. This is not about doing things mentally. It's getting used to getting in touch with your physical feelings, because your physical body is made up of Mother Earth's body, and Mother Earth is quite obviously a material master. And this is training, ultimately, in material mastery. All right, that's enough for today. Good life.